Hello YouTube, this is Charlie426 and today we have the review of the high-grade R GyaGya from Build Fighters Try. This was one of the interesting kits that are produced by Build Fighters series, because it's like one of those cases where we don't actually have its original base form but have it in the Build Fighters form. So that's why I decided to pick this up to check out a few stuff, and I really enjoyed this build. And also, it's pretty bigger than you think. Anyway, let's get on to the review. Now, first of all, as I mentioned, what you get from the kit is the R GyaGya itself. You get 2 of its iconic shields, and you get some extra parts. A lot of parts if you ask me, but for now, for the basics, you get some stickers. Now, as you can see, I didn't use all of the stickers. I only used a few, mostly because I colored most of the black parts, except for a few parts that was kind of difficult to color. So I used the black stickers, and I have another thing to mention in this kit, but I will mention that later. You get its twin beam saber. It's a pretty long weapon than you think, and yeah, the structure was kind of different than I thought, but it works pretty well. Also, you get a leftover handle because you only use one of these handles in that weapon. Now, you get 2 of these. I'm not really sure, but if I had to guess, these are from the same parts from the valuable pod. And I guess they're supposed to be, like, I don't know, they're supposed to be beam saber effects, but they went with the gold color. I'm not really too sure, but in the instruction manual, they don't really mention that you use these, so just letting you guys know. You get a whole bunch of beam part effects, and besides the 2 ones I just showed, you also get some extra flat ones like these. These are for the shield beam cutters, so you get total 8 for each shield, and you get 1 more beam saber effect. This is for the beam sword / saber that's on the hilt at the moment. Okay, that's a lot, and this was I was not expecting to see, but you get 2 of these parts. These are to hold the shields onto the hands if you wish to do so. So you get 2 for each shield. Okay, now let's get on to the review. Now, once again, those who are watching the review, you might notice something. The gold color used on this one, on the beam saber / beam sword, and on the ones you see on the body are kind of different, because all of besides this gold, I actually colored everything in a golden Gundam marker. It turned out pretty well, but the drawing process was not too it wasn't too easy, but still it turned out pretty well, and I really like how it turned out. So just letting you guys know this, so any gold color you see on the kit is supposed to be like this color. So just don't get the wrong idea. Okay, now for the review. Let's get on to the review, and I will mention what part is supposed to be a sticker and not. Let me just adjust my tripod. Okay, as usual, let's start with the head. The head, very interesting. Well, I wouldn't say interesting, but if we actually do get a R-JaJa HGUC, I'm expecting to have the same build. Of course, I'm not really sure if the top fin part is supposed to be the same. I can't really remember, but yeah. I really like the overall, the knight theme design and a part gladiator feeling because of that fin that's on the head. Okay, as you can see, the mono eye that's used on the head mostly is that pink part is a sticker. And the mono eye does not move at all, so it's just one position, and you only get 1 pink sticker for the mono eye, so you might want to use it on the middle. And also the inside, as you see here, the black sections, those are supposed to be stickers. I just colored them because I didn't want to use a sticker. The fin, this part, the black and gray section, that's supposed to be a sticker. I mean, that is a sticker. I didn't color them because I didn't want to mix up the paint. I wasn't sure if it was 100% dry or not when I was working on it. Okay, for the head, it has pretty good movements than you think. It can go down that much, up that much, and it has the typical neck joint polycap. 360 is possible, but of course you might need to move your stuff around just to make sure. And because of the neck using a neck polycap ball joint, you need to be careful not to twist it too much, or you have to readjust it, because while I was just spinning the head 360, the position was way off. Okay, we're done with the head. Yeah, I don't know, but the neck kind of does look long. It could be just me. Okay, the body, nothing too special. On the body, the part that's supposed to be a sticker are these black sections here on the chest and these two black dots on the chest as well. Somehow I saw those black sections was supposed to be gold, so I colored them in gold. However, I realized it's supposed to be black, so I just put a sticker on top of them. Okay, the body, there's not much movement on the body as you think. They don't really have the typical like ab crunch or movement on the body, which I don't mind because this being technically a night team kit, I totally can understand that. The body itself, I wouldn't say it's 360, it can move 360 or twist 360 because of the structure of the main body. As usual, between the main body and the waist, there's this plastic section on here. However, there's one polycap ball joint that's connected to the main body and one to the waist section. However, the position of them are very different. I believe the waist section connects into the front and the body section connects to the back, if I believe it, or it's the other way around. So you won't have much twist in the main body. Okay. Now for the arms. The arms are very this part is very bulky, and the arm color was kind of different than I imagined. I was expecting the same light gray color on the arms, but it's kind of different. You actually get both kind of colors, the gray and the light gray. The arms can bend. It's technically a double joint, but I'm saying it's a double joint partially, but because of the design, this is as far as you bend, but it's more than 90 degrees and it's just acceptable. One thing when I first saw this kit, even in the anime, I wasn't really sure how you're supposed to use these machine guns, and even up to this day, I'm really not sure how to pose them. But despite all this machine guns or stuff that's on the arm, and also this part can move quite a lot, you technically can get a 360 rotation on the arms, and oh boy, and the arm does have a typical 360 twist if you wish to do so. However, this cable part here, or cable effect part, will sometimes hinder the process, so just be careful. Okay, I will explain the shield movements later. The hands are a typical ball jointed hands, and they're kind of big than usual hands you see to me. And here's the problem: because of this bulkiness and the space for the main ball joint to connect to the main body, there's not much extra space for it to stay on, and sometimes when you're trying to move the arm, it will tend to pop out. For now, it's usually this arm, the left arm, that's been popping out, but yeah, the arms will pop out a little bit easily than you think. And also, yeah, that's pretty much it for now. The waist section, once again, that black section over here is supposed to be a sticker. I colored them in a Gundam marker. Nothing too special. I mean, the front skirt does move quite a lot despite its size. The side skirts can move a little bit, and only on the left side you actually have a hole in the peg system here, so you can actually attach this beam sword hilt thing. The back skirts, nothing too special, just one big gigantic piece so you can't move. Really like how they did the color separation on the front skirt and all these gold parts. Of course, I colored them. There's like the like the Gelgoog, you do have some additional thrusters here. I'm not sure if the R GyaGya had thrusters like these on the bottom. Same goes for the feet. Anyway, the leg can go 90 degrees up front, and then yeah, it does bend more than 90 degrees, but I wouldn't say this is a double joint. But considering the size and bulk of this kit, it's totally understandable in my own opinion. Okay, now for on the main knees, those black sections are supposed to be a sticker. I colored them in black. Okay, so for that, I think we covered up all the stickers. Now let's look at its equipment. Okay, first of all, I think we'll deal with the main weapon, or the ones we usually see is this one. The twin beam saber. The way how this works is that you technically build two of the typical Gyan beam swords here, but one of them clips onto here, and the other one you don't attach the handle to it. You just take the upper section and then attached to this gray piece here. So the hand will be grabbing on this part. But if you wish to do so, you can take this apart and then go for a dual beam saber. However, I'm not really sure if this was actually shown in the anime. But yeah, it's pretty good to know that you technically have 3 beam saber sword effects or 3 beam saber options to do. So once again, you only get 2 hands, and both of the hands are your typical multi-purpose hands, so you can attach anything. Of course, the hands that you get with this kit does not have any peg and hole system to hold on, since there's no like beam rifle weapons to deal with. Okay, so you just attach it on your typical way of attaching, beam saber weapons on a high grade, and there you go. You have the twin beam saber. However, this is a very, very long weapon. Currently, this is even longer than the kit itself. So currently, the way how you're going to hold it straight is to do it like this. However, even at this point, it's still longer. It's still longer than the kit itself. So posing with this weapon might be a little bit challenged, unless you can somehow manage to hold it in both hands if you wish to do so. But that's going to be tricky because there's no actual like holdable handle here except for that small area. Okay, I think that's done with that. Let me take off the weapon. Once again, I'm not a big fan of this weapon, but I am a big fan of the weapon that's on the hilt. Oh, not on the hilt, I mean, but the sheaths, I mean, sorry, I've been using the word hilt, but I forgot what the term was, but the hilt, the sheaths here. The way how this works, you pull it off and you get this handle. However, this top section, you have to take it off to attach the beam saber effect. The reason why having this piece is for this handle to connect to that sheath at the point over there. So that's why it's used. But once you take it off, you just need to clip it or attach the beam saber effect in. Come on. And there you go, you have a very big beam saber, and not your usual typical beam saber that you usually get in a normal high grade kit. The problem with these are if they kind of get bent, they will look a little bit awkward. For mine came a little bit bent, but I think I can manage it. Anyway, once again, this does not have any pegs or holes to have a firm grip, so just bear with me. Then again, despite that, once you attach the hand onto it, it has a very firm grip, so you don't need to worry for like just sliding off or being like wiggly or jiggly or anything. And there you have the sword. Now, one thing, if I wished, if there was the case, is that I wish this handle was a little bit longer, so you can actually hold the sword in both hands to do it like a really legit knight pose. But yeah, you have the sword, and I really like the way how this sword came out. Okay, finally, the main, I guess, highlight of this would be these iconic shields from the series, because, I don't know, it seems like Build Fighter has always included the Gyan shields, and here we go. Once again, I colored every golden sections here that you will usually see in the naked eye once you, like, see the kit. And it turned out, okay, because of the camera, it turned out, it looks pretty great, but if you see it in person, you might know my skill of painting, but I'm glad that does not really show properly. But once again, you have the shield, these 4 sections on each edge moves around, and what you can do is that each of these sections have these holes here on the, on the bottom right over there. You can attach these green beam saber effects to do the rotating shield cutter. Yeah, these are like beam shield cutters. If you've seen the anime, you might see the R GyaGya actually launching these as like a slicing spinner attack. And I find them to be pretty deadly. Once again, you get 8 of these effects, so you can do it on both shields. And I really like how this works. And the articulation on the shield, you can pretty much pull off in any position. There's a peg connected to the main shoulder. There's another joint here, but this part does not spin. You can only go up and on one direction, and you have a third connection on the shield itself, so you can also move around. So but of course this part is very stiff, so be careful not to force or like go overboard and then like break it. But once again, if you know how to move it, you won't have any problems posing it. Okay, my camera's almost on 16 minutes, so let me come back right away to reset my camera. Okay, I'm back. Sorry for that. My camera has that 16-minute limitation, but anyway, currently we have a few more stuff to show. Currently, I took it off the shield to show you how to attach the handle separately. And for now, also if you see the shield on the middle section, you can see this hole here. Now, if you have an extra beam, you can use the beam saber effects to fit it in here to make it look like it's like a like one of those beam sabers that you see in the Gundam Wing series from Mary Cruz, I think. Or you can use that leftover golden pieces to do it as well, but I don't really think these look very good in my own opinion. Anyway, what you can do is that you take one of the handles from the kit, and then I believe each is for like a left hand and a right hand. So since we're doing on the left, let me show you using this part. Now you have these pegs. On the handles, if there's some movement going on, what you can do is that, or what the instruction manual tells you to do is that you go onto the shield and you see this peg, you attach it and do it like this, and you can technically attach the shield like that. However, this does not like the GAN slot or the normal GAN revive, I assume, is that this does not have like a satisfying click noise. It's really just the hand holding it. Despite the connector, it does not really fit the arm. As you can see, it's even bigger than the arm, so it's holding on to nothing. So, but holding the shield it's possible, and because of the movements of or the articulation on the handle, you can make it go forward like this and make it look like it's shooting its missiles. And once again, I should have colored these inside black sections. I was just too focused on the coloring the gold section, so I kind of forgot. But yeah, it's pretty interesting, and it's a really good thing they actually added this onto the kit. Come on. Of course, the handle is a really, whatchamacallit, it's not really a perfect fit. It's actually kind of, the handle itself is kind of bigger or fatter than the hand that can actually hold it. So once you actually peg it in, this section, the handguard section, might pop out. So yeah. Anyway, that's basically it for the review of the R GyaGya. Now, once again, I really hope this is one of those kits like the Gouf R35. I hope this is like going to be the key kit that's going to help the HGUC R-JaJa to happen in real life, because that was the case. I highly doubt it's going to be in premium P Bandai. It's going to be a P Bandai kit, because that wouldn't make sense. Because if that was the case, the Gouf Revive should have been a P Bandai kit. Then again, we never actually got an R GyaGya, so who knows. Anyway, thank you for watching the review of the R GyaGya review. Once again, I really like this kit. It's a very big kit, to be honest. It's really bigger than you think, because comparing it to the Gouf R35, it still has some more height left in it. So it's a very big and bulky kit. And once again, it also has that not too common night theme in the overall design. So I can recommend this to anybody, to be honest, even for beginners, because the build is pretty simple. Of course, if you're a picky person with the gold, you might need the color, but for the build itself, there's nothing too special. There's like, yeah, you can be really satisfied with this kit, and no matter what, it really has some it doesn't have like articulation issues or whatever. Thank you for watching. If you found my videos interesting or helpful, please like my videos and also subscribe to my channel. I still have more kits to buy and build, so please stay tuned. Until then, see you guys next time!